Greetings and salutations, fellow hoplite fetishists, to Titan Quest 2, the sequel we'd long since given up on, to be honest. My god, how long ago was Titan Quest 1 now? It has been a while, Jesus. It has really been a while and a half. I am old enough to remember the ancient days, when Diablo clone was its own genre. It's been a while. Fuck, it's been a while. Now, even the action RPG market is kind of dead these days, but here we are. With Titan Quest 2. Let's hope it's good. It is in early access at the moment, mind you. It is not out yet, and I have heard quite a few people... Oh. Mildly attractive females, highly unusual. Ooh. You look like you might stab me. Yes, I like you. Yes, we shall keep you. But yes, it is currently in early access. Okay, well, there you go. No. Dummy mummy? I would prefer more abs, frankly. I don't like the side muscles. Skin type? Moist. What? What does that even mean? What does moist skin type mean? Hold on, let me just zoom in a little bit. I legit can't tell the difference, so I'm just gonna go with moist, okay? Moist sounds good. But apparently, there's been a fair bit of Whoa. How about no? But apparently there's been a fair bit of complaint about a slow developmental... a slow development process of vitiligo, of natürlich. Vitiligo has become like the modern day virtue signal. You add it in there whenever you think the progressives might play your game. And it's kind of like a ticks box to determine like, I am indeed on your side. Here. Yeah, well, most of this is fairly non-offensive so far. But to finally arrive at my point, God help me. Yes, so I heard that a lot of people were quite disappointed by the... Ooh, these faces. That one's not too bad. That a lot of people were disappointed about the developmental speed of the game. That it had released into early access and not quite developed with the velocity that many had... expected and been led to believe, but fortunately for me, this is my first... Oh, that hair is a little bit gravity-defying. It's my first encounter with it, so I don't even know about all of that. Bald. You know, this is a very weird sort of... This is a very weird sort of character maker, I gotta admit. Like, you've got this kind of like... On the one hand, you've actually got a fairly competent character maker here. You've even got like the full-on like tip-colored thing that I think I've only really seen in like... Like, look at that, you can actually do, like, the color gradients of the hair correctly and stuff. This is something I've only really seen in, like, Korean Korean gacha games half the time. Because the anime lovers do love their colorful hair, of course. It's... Wow, you even got strand color, Jesus. It's weird, like, you've got fucking vitiligo, which usually would indicate a very progressive game, and yet you've got decently attractive characters, you actually do have muscular options, and you've got a big focus on, like, hair colors and stuff. Weird. It's like the developers just said to themselves, okay, what if we just did, everything? What if we just added in all of the options instead of just some of them? And you know what? I'm kind of on board with that. The thing, if there is somebody out there who is legitimately colored like the average bovine animal, and really does desperately desire to have vitiligo inside of their video game, then, well, who am I to stop them? So long as they stay out of the things I like, I don't really mind. It kind of weirdly feels like that's what the developers have done here. Huh. That's highly unusual, as normally the developers simply run out of focus budget by that time. Right, enough fuffing about. Dagger, spear, mace, bow, axe. Her jaws for 3 times too much jaw. Can I adjust that jaw? Actually, I can't adjust her jaw. I can adjust her jaw position, but that's about it. This really is just a... Yeah. God, this really is just a really weird character created to me. Ah, earrings. I don't think you can even see those underneath all the hair, but, like, it's got so much detail and so little at the same time. It's... weird. Oh, so you can't make the jaw anything because you only have head types. I see. Oh, those eyes. Yeah, all the female faces are a little bit suspiciously man-jawed, aren't they? Oh, that one's a little bit better, I guess. Oh, but that looks really bad when zoomed out. Close enough for government work. Well. Right, dagger, spear, mace, bow, axe. Any preferences, chat? I'm presuming these might have something to do with classes, I guess. Lou821 becomes a member. Well, thank you very much, sir, and welcome. Amy? Dagger. Why would I choose a dagger? Why would you choose a dagger? I'm kind of pickled by the spear. The weird looking mace. Bow and axe. Looks more manly than me? Well, is that difficult? I don't know. It's just a generic question. Spear? Chat wants spear. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, we are playing ancient Greece, so the spear is kind of, the spear is kind of like a thing. Oh, right, spear is the logical choice. There you go. It's been determined. Femrat Brick 1. Solo select found. With other... What? Why would I want that? Yeah, blah, blah. Max out that difficulty? No. Chat has to pay for these things. Oh, name. Mister. Or maybe ma'am. It's ma'am, mister. I like mister. Yes, I like mister. Yes, I like mister. So want to start a new game? Yes. To be fair, the spear is kind of the king of weapons, too. Oh, cutscenes.
Tell a tale of mortals, bound by fate's golden strands. Tell of their laughter, their struggles, their glory. Tell of warlike Sparta.
This is actually a pretty damn good cutscene, damn.
Fate destined them for godlike greatness.
This is a really high quality.
But the gods had other plans.
It was a nice day, and then fiery shit started falling from the heavens.
And winged retribution showed them no mercy.
This is rather unfair. They've just got spears.
Strands with darkness. But don't cut it short. Tell us the whole story. Tell us about hope.
Okay, well that was sudden and one-sided.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
22 years of general issue suffering later. 22 years after the murder of Sparta.
Of faith and the mortal, watched by the gods on Prote Island, where the story begins.
Our story begins with a random woman standing on a cliff. Why? That is a fantastic question. I can't actually turn the camera, which upsets me slightly. Spears, the jack of weapons, halberd of Warhammer is king. Halberd I will agree with, not the Warhammer, that's gay. Unless we're talking the Venetian one, the pick, the war pick, that one's quite nice. Okay, graphically this is rather impressive actually. God, okay. Fucking 5 feet out of my door, a giant eagle assaults.
Tale of the mortals' victories.
One day, she decided to randomly murder a giant eagle. Then she found a bow in a fucking log. Fuck, my story is weird. I guess I live here and just... Yeah, well, I've decided to leave home. Okay. Mel Massburton doesn't do shit, lying chat, you little pigs. Oh, is the pig hostile too? Yeah, the pig is hostile. Now it's D or F. D or F. D or F. That is a weird set of keys to utilize for this, but very well. Fish spear. And thus she replaced her starting items already. Well, our choice of a weapon proved to be rather fucking pointless so far. D or F is like the worst keys imaginable in this circumstance, considering I also need the number keys for my abilities.
Griffin. It's getting more aggressive.
A griffin. I see.
The Griffin grows more dangerous
Oh.
every day. Its mad cult of worshippers keeps growing. It's time we hunted it down. Are you ready? Good. But first, there's something I must show you. I'll explain on the way. The time has come for you to prove yourself. Today we hunt the Griffin, but before that, remember the shrine at the end of the beach? Let's go.
Lady, I'm a random woman dressed in a fucking toga. My primary weapon is a goddamn trident. Are you sure I'm ready to be hunting griffins already? Jesus. Everything in this universe is somehow gigantic and extraordinarily hostile. Oh, and chests. Oh, right, gear. Wonderful. Right, I now have armor. It somehow covers less of my skin than what I had, but at least what it does cover is leather. This is really a beautiful game, actually. I quite like it. Revenos, this looks promising. Love Titan Quest 1 and Arch. Would the discovery of Xenos be the only way for the Izart people to feel like feeling Izart with Westerners? All in other cases, we're different tribes. No, I don't think the Izart mentions aliens. I'm pretty sure we're still subhuman.
You've been training with me a long time. I have just one more thing to tell you.
I mean, you could teach me how to equip my fucking weapon. Thank you.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery, buttery?
You know,
breath?
one thing that has always fascinated me about, like, the Diablo-esque games, etc., I should probably use my abilities at some point as well, is how civilization would function in these settings. What does my 2 ability even do? Oh, shit.
Not
I'm
bad.
dying.
You've been practicing.
2? Oh, hold on. Wait, no. Oh, spacebar. That's weird, but I understand. Maybe, possibly, question mark. But one thing that always fascinated me about games like these, like Diablo, etc., is how the fuck do people live in these universes? Now, I know that's not necessarily the focal point of these video games, obviously, as the murder of tremendous quantities of monsters really is what you're supposed to be focusing in on. But it's always intrigued me how a civilization would, you know, ow, ow, ow. I'm trapped in the corner getting violently gangbanged. How would a civilization even continue in such a situation? How many health potions do I have? Are they recharging when I kill stuff? I think they are. Don't know if it's charging. Yeah, I think they're regenerating. Okay. I've never been an enormous fan of the regenerating health potion. I've always preferred a little bit of actual inventory management, honestly, but it's hardly a make or break or anything. But I'm a little bit upset that we never get inventory management anymore. Like, getting adequate resources to take on a boss fight. It was actually a big part of, like, Diablo 2, for example, where you needed to run around exploring the world and just get enough health potions to tank the big motherfucker. I like that. The whole, like, charges thing really does take away from the resource gathering aspect of these games, and yeah, I get that might not have been a major focal point, but I always kind of enjoyed it, so, eh.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
Oh, thank you for the shoes, Beard. Very appreciative there. Thank you. And the sword. Wow. Heavy pauldrons of specialness. I will wear the heavy pauldrons of specialness, thank you. But yes, to return to the actual point I was talking about a while ago.
The likes of a griffin before. But if you are victorious, people will sing your legend.
Somehow I think people will forget about the first boss pretty quickly, honestly. But yeah, like, I've always been interested by like how people live. It was one of the really cool things when they introduced you to like what was it Tristium? Tristan? Was that the first city in Diablo 1? Like, because it's just like a place, right? In just a regular world. Oh.
Here we are. This place was built ages ago by the Mycenaeans. The heroes of old received
Mycenaeans?
gifts at this shrine. You'll need its blessing to stand against the griffin.
Cool. I'm gonna go over here first. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, maybe. Listen, I'm grinding mobs here. But, yeah, look, because that was just like a regular village, right? Where it was like ye old England, as per usual. And you were just in this regular little village of Tristium. And something was happening at the monastery. Something weird, something really, really unfortunate. And you then experience, like, the story of what happened there. Like, oh, weird shit happened, and little demon things started emerging, and people were panicking. No, the king sent for his men. The local lord went down into the ruins to find out what was going on. His entire party was slaughtered by the butcher. Oh, God, the butcher had such a great lead-up. It really made you, like, a little bit scared of him, because he just killed an entire party of men-at-arms, and then your scrawny ass is going to go down there now and find out what happened and fight him. Then you enter the room, and it's full of butchered bodies. God, that was nice.
Give me a moment. Fight them off while I unseal the story.
Working on it. Ow! I think the video game expects me to dodge or something.
Through here.
That was always really cool. It gave a little bit of a horror-esque vibe to things because there were, I don't know how to put it, like, it introduced an element of stakes to the matter, right? Where you weren't just doing this as some random adventurer doing some random thing. This was an actual little community that you had to protect. And the people in it developed their own little stories. Like, you know, that was the blacksmith. This was the guy who sells you potion. The old witch lived over there, and she sells you herbal ingredients. Oh, God. I remember, too, like, people didn't know about the old witch because they didn't really tell you about it. So you kind of had to explore the map and learn about that for yourself or be told by a friend. Like, oh, yeah, didn't you know? There's an old woman that sells, potions and shit over there. It's really, really cool. And it made it even more impactful, of course, when you returned to Tristium in Diablo 2, and it was all destroyed and bloody, and all the people you know had been slaughtered. Like, damn, it was nice.
Only
It's really
those
cool.
the shrine chooses can receive its blessing. You're the finest I've ever trained. Go on, see if the shrine answers to you.
Touch the floating geometry.
Ben Messer, rise and accept your blessing.
Ah, you are truly beloved by random flight floating geometry. Alright, so our choice of initial weapon proved to be rather fucking pointless. But oh well. Revenants, it's the 40k units, constant war due to human is art. The Emperor was from Anatolia after all, maybe the crusade against chaos is his art itself. Mastery, right, so Earth, Hans Bow's Firestone from the Deep Hunger Shape, and Battlefield Question of first 7 plays. Rogue, persistent and preparation evasion, check the enemy's weakness, neutralize poison, enemy has to fight back. Storm, controlling the force of lightning, ice, rain down enemies, and even embody the storm itself, and warfare. Master of Warfare excel as the confront the enemies, directly slaying the entire armies on the battlefield with a variety of weapons and audacious tactics. Jesus, entire armies, that's rather impressive. Yeah, again, any preferences, chat? A red hot zebra. It's got 2 prongs. It's a bident. Bident. It ruins, yeah, it ruins the enemy economy. Gangway 47. After discovering Izzat, it now makes sense why Indians never eat with fork and knife. They view it as a collective loss. Well, Zebra art, Greek mythology, is quite heavy on the and so our hero stepped around the corner and stared into the eye of the murderous X as well. Fitting. There's no Lum class, chat. It doesn't exist. Right, Warfare looks like it's the most popular. Rain of arrows. Wow, arrows. Wow, is that it? That's not a lot of abilities. Huh. Yeah, that's not a lot of abilities. I hope they'll, expand upon that. I mean, it's something, but it's not exactly a skill tree I'll look at and go like, wow, you know?
Heresy's the question.
Oh, Rachel Zebra, Storm does get ice and lightning. Right. Storm it shall be then for $2. Yeah, that is not a lot of abilities. I hope this will be expanded upon, because that's a little... just a tiny bit disappointing. So if not for a horror game set in a hive spire, where you perhaps place a servant noticing that your noble master is starting to behave odd, it could be good. There's a lot of horror you could do easily in 40k. Yes, there's a lot of horrors you could do easily in 40k. Unfortunately, the problem with 40k is that you also, that's a bit more abilities actually, is that you also usually have quite overpowered characters, as it tends to be more of an action-focused setting, which tends to massively undermine the entire thing about the horror aspect, because, you know, it's difficult to be afraid of something that you could blow to bits with a fully automatic grenade launcher. Rolling magma. Overheat. Alright. We shall be playing Storm then. Right. May I have an ability? Active skills, picking their respective plus to unlock them. So give skill capacity, they could use them to some powerful. Respect later. Well, I desire the ice pickle thing. May I have the ice pickle thing? Thank you. Oh, I have points? Fuck. Did I just spend 2 points on ice pickle? Shit. Did I mean to do that? I didn't even know I had points! Spell damage. I mean, spell damage, obviously. Oh, okay, so active tree, passive tree. Okay. I am beginning to understand. Attributes. One would presume knowledge.
No. This shouldn't be happening. You saw how the shrine reacted. That corruption. Gods. I thought we had more time. No matter. Go. You have the shrine's blessing. You can face the griffin without me. I have other preparations to make. I'll meet you on the mountain. Slay the griffin. You can do this.
Slay the griffin! Put the ice pickles into its body. Oh, poison bow. Meow. Ah, multiple ice pickles. Fear my ice pickles. Actually, ice pickles are kind of good. I seem to remember Titan Quest 1 having a lot more abilities than this. I might be like nostalgia goggling on this, but I feel like in Titan Quest 1, like the first thing you did with abilities was like, holy moly macaroni, how many fucking abilities does this game have? And so far, not so much about this one. Fiery power of nature. Does that mean it shoots fire? My soul put into the environment. It does indeed mean that it's a ranged weapon. Well, we're going to be playing a mage. I'm presuming a ranged weapon is probably desirable, as I'm probably going to go splatty if I get hit.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I just buried Patricus. The Griffin. I know I always said Aristano was too hard on you. I thought training every day was pointless. Protea Island is safe. How terribly quickly things can change. The dogs and I were out hunting rabbit. Then a shadow came over us. I wasn't quick enough. Good. I've got some hunting supplies with me.
Cool. It just so happened that I came across like 5 billion weapons whilst making my way here, as one usually does in these kinds of situations. So, here. Oh, no, you can't afford that, but I'm gonna hunt the griffin and revenge your friend. Well, yes, but I still have to eat. I'm gonna loot your friend then. Oh, fuck. Oh, dog. Okay, fine. I thought it had killed your friend, but no, it's your dog. Don't get me wrong. It sucks to lose a dog, but it's a slightly lesser loss than what I'd expected. Also, what do you mean our island was safe? Have you seen the fucking... Whoa. That wolf is the size of a fucking semi-trailer. Our island was a very safe place. Yes, it was a very normal, safe refuge, which is why our wolves are fucking monsters. Our crabs are huge. There are giant eagles patrolling the beach, attacking humans without fear. There's fucking bone graveyards as the monster wolves have hunted the island dry. Fucking safe my ass.
Well, what are you waiting for? Pick me up. Yes, I'm stuck in this jar. No, you can't open it. But you can take me to the Shrine of Hermes in the cave southwest of here, so that craven cur can fix this.
Oh. Okay, Mr. Jar. If you say so, Mr. Jar. Good God, I have a talking jar now. He's very lucky that I can't open the jar, otherwise I probably would have done some mean things to him. Not for even any particular reasons. It's not like he's aggressed upon me or anything, but my first instinct upon finding a person stuck in a jar would probably be to try and, you know, do something terrible with it. Just as, I don't know, a point of principle almost. Like, listen, you were silly enough to get yourself stuck in a jar. Now you are going to learn a valuable lesson about how people might abuse that circumstance. Look what happened to Lum Lum and Mal when they got stuck in the jar. People immediately started voting for the jar to be filled with unspeakable things. Simple fact is that you really don't want to get stuck in things around other human beings. There's the entire Japanese fetish about getting stuck in the wall and then being raped by various passerby strangers or worse things. Oh, this little camp even has a little banner there. As somebody came by and thought, okay, I need to settle down for the night. But, you know, the island is full of ridiculous danger, so I've got to build a fucking palisade before I go to sleep. Fortunately for him, he didn't count on the massive population of armored super crabs living nearby, who presumably overran his camp, destroyed his palisades in the middle of the night, and dragged his screaming carcass down onto the beach to be slowly devoured in the water. Again, our island is safe.
Ah, this is the case. Hope you're a better fighter than the last guy.
I hope so too. I really want, like, a story told from the perspective of an NPC in games like these. I know that might sound remarkably boring and uninteresting, but I really want that, okay? Like, wouldn't it be a lot of fun to, like, have, like, how would it be to live in this world, you know? You're not the chosen one. You're just the guy who's like, I really don't want to die, okay? I just want to live on my safe island. Heavy quotation marks intended. Maybe, like, a game where you could play as the merchant character. Yeah. Yeah. I always kind of liked that idea. Where you're not the hero sent to save the world, you're the guy who sells him shit. When you can choose to be like a blacksmith or an alchemist or a dozen other things to support the hero in his quest.
Go on.
Yeah, you could actually make a rather compelling gameplay experience out of that. Add in some character development, have there be like an entire host of characters. You know, not just like the fighter or something, but there's going to be other characters like mages, druids that come by, give them all personalities, distinct appearances, and have some permadeath as well. So if you fuck up on supporting them, they might actually die or something. Add in some waifus for obvious binding of interest to particular characters, some romance options. Make a little bit of like a story-focused element around it. You could genuinely make that quite interesting. Suitenhoff, alright, that one. Red Coat of Zebra is also a Japanese trope about being stuck in the jar and, well, being raped by usually worse things. Such is life.
I suppose you're expecting a reward now. Fine. Now get out of here. Your job is done.
Dang, that's utterly useless to me, but thanks. Hi there, sorcerer. Have this spiked mace. I hate you. I should really stop pressing the button that changes my weapon back and forth. Yeah, I will say, having the Healy thing on the D and F key when you're using the numbers key to fight with is less than entirely comfortable. You will level up. You've gained new powers and abilities. Guess I should actually spend them on something. Okay, so it unlocks various things, does it? Okay, I'm just gonna double down on, 3. Oh, okay, so you can... Homing... supposed to equivalent radius, 21 what did it cost? First hit. Oh, neat. I do like that. Okay, nice. You can also specialize. Okay, that does make up a bit for the lack of numbers, that you can play around with what exactly they do. Yes, I don't hate that. That's a neat system. I like that. A critical chance, obviously. Okay, yeah, that's neat. I like that. It makes up a little bit for the lack of, like, options. Yeah, that's a cool system. But yeah, I would really like a game like that. There has been a couple that have done that a little bit. What was the, Oh, okay, I like Ice Pickle now. That's a lot of Ice Pickles. That's a lot of Ice Pickles. Now I want Ice Pickle penetration. Pickle my pickle, would you? Okay, that's pretty nice. And I like that they're ramping up the number of enemies, as my opinion about games like these is if you want to make them fun, you need to basically flood the screen with enemies. Oh, stuff. Loads and loads and loads of enemies is what you want in games like these. Loads and loads and loads of enemies. But yeah, well, what was it? Reset Era. Yes, Reset Era, I think was its name. An Alchemist's Tale, where you play as a little alchemist girl who is buried in debt by a elf or like a fairy or something. And you've got to run an alchemy shop. And you gotta send out heroes to collect items for you, although you have to play that part, which I didn't like. Anyway. Well, fuck you. Carry more. Where you had to, like, send out, blah, 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 like, adventures. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Into the, dungeons to find resources and stuff for you to make potions and stuff for. And then, if I go back to the portal thingy, may I return to where I was? God, I hope so. And then price it appropriately, and then haggle with visitors that come into your shop.
Patricus would have liked this, but...
Patricus is a dog. Stop belaboring the loss of your fucking dog, bruh. It's a little bit weird. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that you liked the dog, and hey, that's better than zapping it for no reason, for example. But still, it's a dog, bruh. It's a dog. You're making too much out of this, honestly. Ository. Spectre mice of devastation. Oh, they can give bonuses to other things. Interesting. Oh, health potion. I get a ring from you, brother. So there are health potions. Okay, so you've got like a recharging health potion and then physical health potions. I like that. I like that quite a bit, honestly. Please let me teleport back to where I was. Yes! Ah, intelligent game design. Holy shit, convenience. Fuck. Good, good. Oh. Yeah, I saw that too.
No! The village!
The village is dead. The village is already doomed. That's a horse. But brave hero, the village is being eaten by a griffin. Well, yeah, it's should have thought about that before it was defenseless, shouldn't it? I'm busy killing dogs right now because they might drop gear or give me experience, one out of two. Listen, if you want a hero that can save you, you should have paid better. God, this is making me want to watch Hercules again. Hercules is such an amazing movie. I was watching it the other day and I couldn't bring myself to finishing it. Right. Arch game. What makes a hero? Demo on Steam. Oh, okay, I'm gonna need to look that up. Okay, I'll look that up later. But yeah, I couldn't bring myself to finishing Hercules. I got like 75% through the movie, and I was just like, I don't want to watch anymore. Because I know it'll end. If I keep watching, it'll end. And I don't want it to end. Like, I had this moment of weirdness when I was like, okay, if I finish watching this movie, it'll be over. And I know it'll be over, and I know there's no sequels. I know there's no expansion upon this. It's just done. And for some reason, I just didn't want that. So I just stopped watching. Weird little moment there, I admit. But it's kind of like, I did the same with X-Men Evolution, where I stopped watching like 3 episodes before the end. Because I was like, okay, I don't want it to end. Like, this is so goddamn good. I don't want to know that there's an end to it. I don't want it to stop, because it'll just again remind me that everything is at a fucking end now. It's all over. We don't have stuff like this anymore. Oh, barrier. I should have... What's that? Because there's nothing like it. There is no Hercules today. There is no X-Men Evolution. There's nothing. Well, yeah, 83 is sort of kind of that. At least to a part. Ah, see what I told you? Fucking village is dead.
You're not a moment early. Where's Aristino? The Griffin's cult is attacking. Oh, they want gold again. Zeus help us. We've nothing left for them to take.
Why does the Griffin cult want gold? Do they have an economy?
Almighty Zeus, help us. I don't understand. Why would anyone want to steal gold for a Griffin?
True.
You're right about that. These cultists are no better than beasts.
Let me guess, you're gonna want me to murder all of them in cold blood. Well, that's fine, because I'm sure they're made out of experience.
The houses! There are people still trapped inside.
Not too fucking bad. Should have thought about that before they lived on such a safe island again.
Like you.
Brother, that door opened outwards. You could have just left. Help, I'm trapped. I've forgotten how to open a door. God damn it, I am saving sub-fucking 75 IQ people. Not from fires, not from a griffin or cult. I'm saving them from themselves. A brave hero, thank you so much. I'd forgotten how a door functioned. Maybe I should side with the griffin cult. Maybe they're doing society a favor. I don't know that the Griffin people aren't the good guys in this scenario. Yet again, a door that opens outwards.
Worshippers. Good riddance.
I mean, listen, the Griffin worshippers found a way to coexist with the Griffin. For the Griffin worshippers, the island is still safe, but you motherfuckers get trapped in your own houses. Faded gold ring of affliction. Oh. Don't know if that does anything.
No way I'm opening this door.
I do understand the imperative to want to, you know,
This is the third time in
worship the
10 months.
monster.
We have to put a stop to it. The Griffin's leading them. We have to...
Well, look who's grown a spine. Which one of you is responsible for this pathetic attempt at resistance? You like playing the hero, do you? Then fight me. My master will enjoy using your corpse as a plaything.
Not another attack. I'll protect the villagers. You take care of the cultists.
Eek. Fight me. My Griffin Master will enjoy using your cold dead body as a cock sleeve. Oh, wow. We're really getting deep into this already, aren't we? Also, that was a remarkably feminine voice for what appears to have been a very large warrior man. Ed.
That Griffin is a curse on us all. We can't keep fending off these attacks. Not me. I'm too old to go chasing down Griffins. But you... Which god gave you those gifts? The cultists blocked the path up the mountain. But there's another way, through the ruins. Take it, and teach those cultists a lesson while you're at it. Don't forget to destroy the Griffin's nest, too. We can't risk another Griffin moving in.
Griffin cult took my...
This damned Griffin. It's ruining everything. We've got to deal with it. That's right. You should do something. Me? I'm too old to go fighting Griffin. No. I meant you've got to do something about the Griffin. You thought you thought I would do. No. No, you go deal with the Griffin. The story of every RPG ever. Oh boy. Right, where was I going? Oh, God help me. Spare me, piggy. I command the power of fire. Or ice, alternatively. Not really sure. Lap. Get pickled. Ooh. Secrets. I possess the power of jumpage. It is a powerful power. Right, I definitely need some projectile penetration on this. It requires 2 shields. Meh. May I, Yeah, nice. Okay, so you can also respec at any point. Good. Thank fuck for that. I still don't have any mana problems, so I'm just going to keep pouring points into that. Alright, you can definitely tell that the developers behind this have played a good amount of action RPGs in their time, though, because it's very clearly designed to be very solid action RPG-esque, you know? They understand that people want to experiment things, they understand people want to respec, they understand that people want to have, like, loads of options with their abilities, they understand that people want loads of enemies. So far, this is really good. Like, really good. I'm impressed. Some nice cutscenes as well.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
You know, plays nice, fast. There's not a lot of big breaks in between enemy packs. Loads of loot. That's really important as well. That is incredibly important. That was something... That was probably one of the biggest things that Diablo 3 got so pathetically wrong. The loot idea. Oh, check it all. Thanks for the Azart explanation. Makes the Pooh Festival documentary reaction understandable. Also, I think you would enjoy this game, Transistor. How much for funding? Well, how long is it? Normally, if it's like a full playthrough, we do it for 1,000, depending upon length. If it's just like a single stream, you just want to have me have a look at it, then it's 250, which is for just like thumbnail, basically. The thumbnail costs. Yep. Yep. Wait. Does this lead? Was that a shortcut? Because I don't want to take any shortcuts. I want to kill all the enemies so I can let lots of XP and level up. Yes, Diablo 3. Oh boy. Oh boy. Diablo 1, absolute classic. Diablo 2, better in virtually every way. Because, you know, that was made during the age where we actually expected the next game in the series to surpass the first game in the series.
You have already received the blessing of the gods. Prove your worth.
Okay. Greedy whore, I've already blessed you. How dare you ask for more? Yeah, actually, you know what? Fine, but kill some skeletons first, at least. You know, demonstrate you have some basic ability.
And you have been found. Well, come and receive your blessing.
Thank you. Oh. Nice. Multi-abilities. I like quite a bit. Alright, chat. What should we combine with our storm then? Earth, rogue, or warfare? Oh. Ah, crackly bones. I mean, Earth would be the classic, but I'm kinda liking Rogue, too. Because Rogue could be interesting with, like, poisons and stuff. Oh, Path of Exile 2. I've never played Path of Exiles 2, Kick. I played Path of Exile 1 quite a bit. I did not play 2. Not because I wasn't necessarily interested, because I really did enjoy Path of Exile 1, but because, I don't know, like, it came out, and I was like, oh, that's probably cool, I should probably play that. And then it received a very lukewarm reception. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I don't care, then, you know? And so I never picked it up, so. Warfare, Earth... Warfare, Earth Warfare. Looks like a pretty general mix between Earth and Warfare, huh? Let's see. Warfare. Emits an aura. Armor. It's a lot of melee. Kind of arrows. Weapon attacks, crit attack speed. Crit attack speed is not a bad idea at all, actually. Is that weapon? Yeah, it's probably weapons because it's casting speed, wouldn't it be? Physical damage. Marksmanship. Earth, I think, then, I think. Yes, we'll double down on the spell casting, I do believe. I kind of like my ice pickles. Let's get one more ice pickle so I can get another thing. Get another point in Torrent, because Torrent is neat. And cast speed, epicenter cast speed. Critical chance. Okay. Earth. Fissure. Spell damage. More spell damage. Yes. Okay, for now then, let's continue doubling down on spell cast speed and spell damage then. That seems like it makes sense. Vile skeleton scum! I'm liking this a lot so far. This feels like really, really solid ARPG-ish. It's not making any big mistakes. At all. Diablo 3. Right, so I was about to talk about Diablo 3, which was one of the largest disappointments in my life on, like, every single solitary level. The tale of Blizzard as a company is a fascinating one. And one that revolves near exclusively around a long and painful fall from grace. As, like, Blizzard used to be one of those companies that you could always trust. Their entire reputation was based on always doing what was best for the player. What? Magic? Bullshit! Oh yes, I could never pass through that barrier. I feel like I'm ascending the mountain. I don't want to be ascending the mountain. Like, for detail and love of everything. Like, by the way, in Warcraft 3, right? Warcraft 3 is one of, like, the best campaigns ever made. It's so fucking good. All of Warcraft is a just great game. It's one of the biggest campaigns ever made. One of the most, like, well acted out campaigns with the best characters, the best story, the best delivery, the best twists. It's just literally one of the best, if not the best, strategy game campaigns ever. It's fan-fucking-tastic. And once you finally reach the end of that with the climactic finale, etc., Blizzard released this little story campaign. This little story pack thingy, which had a lot of people kind of confused, where you played as a single character, as Rexar, a hunter, I think, an orc hunter, and you went on adventures where you were, like, fighting single enemies and leveling up and getting experience, and it was, like, weirdly role-playing game-esque. And you could download these episodes off the internet. And everyone was kind of confused, like, oh, what is this? What is this? Like, this is really fun. I'm really enjoying this, but what is it? Why are you doing this, Blizzard? And they're like, oh, yeah, let's keep going. You'll see. And I think it was like 3 episodes of this in total, which culminated, of course, with the announcement of World of Warcraft. And my God, that, like, just, oh my God, it blew everyone away. Holy shit. The idea of an MMO set in this awesome, cool, rich-ass world was just amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. And again, Blizzard introduced this with, like, an entire fucking minigame, basically. An entire quest line added on for free to to Warcraft. Like, they were famed for such unbelievable attention to detail. And they maintained that fame for a very, 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 very long time. Hearthstone was a beautiful and relatively recent-esque example of this, where at its core, Hearthstone was a fairly, basic style card battler game, right? It was something that the developers literally created practically on their free time, and then it was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could make a game like this based in the universes we have, right? And they got funding for it, and they started making it, and we would think that would almost be a little bit of a throwaway project, but again, it was Blizzard, and so everything was done with so much... Oh, damn, he slid off the fucking cliff there. So everything was done with so much care, so much attention to detail. Like, everything was beautifully animated. The screen had lots of little things you can click. There was lots of voice acting lines. Like, it felt satisfying just to, like, pull cards and play the game. You know, that was the Blizzard quality metric, where they always went a little bit beyond. You know, where every other developer would go like, oh, this is super good. This is more than good enough. Blizzard would always stretch just a bit further. And yeah, then they started getting lazy. And they started losing the passion. They hired too many people. They diluted the interest too much. The game started going downhill. Activision came in, started ruining things. They began focusing on all of the... Ooh, birdies. On all of the wrong aspects, learning all of the long lessons. The wrong lessons from their games. Like, oh, God. And... like, Diablo 3 was, like, one, which was the original point of this fucking entire rant, was one of the big reasons for this, where they started making mistakes that seemed painfully obvious to everyone. Like, the Real Money Auction House was one of these, where Blizzard, having seen the success of the auction house in World of Warcraft, of course, thought to themselves, okay, this is a really popular feature. Wow, we should probably integrate this into Diablo, because that'd be really cool, right? But, okay, firstly, Diablo's not that kind of game. Diablo's a single-player action RPG. It's not an MMO. So that's a bit weird, but alright, you know, people can trade gear, maybe. And the previous Diablo games already had a bit of a marketplace economy like that, so alright, it's like not a terrible idea. And then somebody at Blizzard raised their hand and said, I have a brilliant notion. What if we made a real money auction house where Blizzard gets a cut of all the transactions? And a greedy executive rubbed his little hands together hard enough to create fire as he went, yes, this is a brilliant idea. In fact, let's make it more brilliant. Let's make it so that whatever class you're playing has a reduced drop rate, so that you've either got to play multiple classes to play the class you want to play, or engage with the auction house. Oh, God. I could genuinely not believe that feature. I remember playing Diablo 3 and being like, well, this certainly isn't as good as I remember the previous games being. It's not bad. I really hated the butcher fight, and they're clearly taking a bit of the piss out of their own fucking legacy with this, but... yeah, it's not, like, atrocious or anything. But I kept playing and playing and playing with my sorcerer, because I'm like, oh, I want to cast some spells. And I finally arrive back at the end boss, Femme Diablo, because they made Diablo a female in that one for fucking reasons. Wow, jagged double axe of something or other. Too bad I'm not somebody who uses jagged double axes for something or another. Weapon cold damage. That's nice though. Yeah, give me that. But I arrived at Fem Diablo and I was brutally undergeared. Like, I died in like 2 hits and I was like, what the fuck even is this? This is a bit much, don't you think? I mean, I know the old bosses were pretty fucking savage, but holy moly poly, this is a lot. And so in just frustration, I started playing another class because like, okay, I'm just gonna play something else for a little bit. And try and not seethe and get good, right? And I started playing a monk. And suddenly, I was getting showered in drops for sorcerer. I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. Because I was gear-starved to high heaven playing a sorcerer. Okay, so probably... I should probably do that here before I go into the boss fight and get fucking brutally murdered. And I kept playing for a while thinking like, okay, well, it's weird, but it's...
Well, if it isn't
Oh.
the hero
Oh, hello.
of Proti Village.
Ow. Fuck.
Come to bask in my presence.
Oh, that wasn't me taking damage, that was...
Be warned, my servants were weak, but I am as terrible as I am beautiful.
Okay. If you say so, ow, Mr. Birdie. I'll believe you. What a terrible birdie you are. That was not what I wanted to do at all. What a terrible birdie thou beest. Ow, okay. Let me tank your ass with the fucking special powers of my kinetic shielding. Uh-oh. I should not have used my dash ability 1 second before the boss did its leap I'm going to kill you now ability. That was what we call foolish in the extreme. Whoa. Jesus. You do hurt quite a bit. Quite a bit of pains there. And I am out of healing items. That is exceedingly unfortunate. Okay, let me just do some damage to get the healing items back. Nice, nice. Ooh. Please don't do your leapy ability now. I'm kind of low on hit points. And dodge. And all of my defensive resource. Oh god, I just wasted my dodge again. Don't do your leapy thing. Thank you. Foolish bird. You think you can stand against my ice pickles of doom? You are as retarded as you are colorful. Now die. That was a pretty cool little boss fight, honestly. I like that. That was good. So far, this game is fucking great, by the way. I am loving the shit out of this. This is a great ARPG. They did not miss with this one at all. This is really fucking cool. Absolutely. Oh. Babies? Uh-oh. Well, this feels a little unfair.
I have lost.
At last. Do you know who I am? No, I didn't think so. You're oblivious to your fate. She did a good job hiding you from me. Aristono, my priestess. But she couldn't hide you forever. I am Retribution herself. And you were marked for punishment long ago.
Goddess! Stop! I beg you! There's no justice in this punishment.
Justice? Ha! We're all just flies in the spider web of the fates. Blame them, not me.
Arayan! Now! Go! Run! I'll distract her. Get to the caves.
And then she threw a horse at her.
Hurry!
Ow!
Run as far as you like. I will always pursue.
And then the video game decided it was time to fight the final boss. Okay. Roger, if you say so.
Cursed us both. I am showing you mercy.
But yes, I was starting to be getting a lot of drops for a class I wasn't playing. And ow, 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 ow. Jesus. I was starting to get awfully suspicious, but okay, well, it's probably a coinky dinky winky. But it kept happening forever until I was like, okay, this is weird. Let me Google this.
When you used the mastery shrines, it must have alerted her to your presence.
And I immediately found that no.
We need to move. Nemesis's servants will be close by.
Oh boy. The game does indeed, if you're playing Sorcerer, Diablo 3 reduced the chance to get how? The game reduces the chance for you to get Sorcerer drops.
That was the goddess Nemesis. The truth is, she's wanted to destroy you since you were a baby.
Yes. What did I do? Get born? Rather fucking harsh destiny I've got going here.
Priestess, when she demanded I bring you to her for punishment.
And I thought to myself, that's a bit much against a baby. Go on with the story, lady, I'm listening. But this was obviously had been done to encourage the use of the real money auction house and to encourage you to play with friends and all of that other gay social nonsense that would come to corrupt Blizzard.
What could an infant do to deserve eternal punishment?
And that was when I stopped playing Diablo 3 and never touched it ever again.
On this island, Nemesis is a threat to everyone here. We need to leave. We need to sail for Pyrgos. There's an entrance near there to the realm of the Moirai. The goddesses of fate. Nemesis fears you because of a prophecy. I don't know what prophecy, but the Moirai will be able to tell us. Here, wear this. Cover your face. And take this charm. My horse charm. It belongs to an old friend. It will protect you. And remember, seek the Moirai Temple. Go!
So brave Aristano perished. And the mortal fled.
Yet somehow she couldn't kill me in my little dumb boat.
They sunk beneath the waters, crying out for a protector.
Oh, seahorse. I see now. Ah, another female for my collection. And so I was teleported into the world of Path of Exile. To be forever doomed. Well, giant eagles are getting gianter. But yeah, Blizzard. Goddamn it. Red Hot Zebra Activision saved Blizzard. It was way too economically unstable to not give all the extra cash to the C-suite execs and actually care about the employees. This is what the homing pickles are for. It may have saved them, but it doomed them in the long run. It was a Faustian bargain.
The mortal woke on a strange shore, alone.
Ah, the things that Blizzard could have done. The amount of money Blizzard has. It truly is a waste. Though that is an argument one could easily levy at other great old companies too. I mean, think of all of the money Valve has. Good God. Think of the good that Valve could do. The shit they could invent with their literal mountains of cash. God damn the Murlocs. Ah, of course. There are always Murlocs somewhere, lurking in the shadows. Yeah, so I'm hoping to find an NPC with a bank account soon because I have a lot of trash to unload. Oh, yeah, no, so the cinematics as well. So this was another thing that Blizzard was famous for. Blizzard was famous for incredible cinematics. So, when Blizzard put something out... Oh, pets. I can't wear that. I can't wear that yet. I can't wear that. Damn it. Damnation. But yes, Blizzard was famed for cinematics, right? They made some of the most beautiful, incredible cinematics you could ever imagine to bring their worlds to life. And they had a standard that no one else could even come within a billion miles of matching. Like the opening cinematic for Warcraft 3, to this day, looks fucking beautiful. Which might be a more strident condemnation of the fall of 3D animation than anything, but it was amazing. They crafted such stories for their settings. And you could very clearly tell as well that they were doing so because of how much they loved those settings. You have a frightening number of hit points. Oh, are you healing them? Oh, I see. Ice pickles. Ho! These days they don't even do that anymore. Hell, nobody does that anymore. Nobody makes the mind-blowing animations anymore. The world of sadness. A fallen world.
Hello?
Hi? You will have to excuse me for a moment. I'm being brutally murdered by machine gun crabs. Not even kidding. The machine gun crabs are actually brutally murdering me. Frickin' machine gun crabs, Jesus. A fallen world of sadness and destitution. That is all we have. All we will ever know. Now, one thing that I do actually have some hope for, and it is a small hope. It is a desperate hope. But it's for the League of Legends MMO. Which is why I said a foolish, desperate hope. Riot is a very woke company. Very woke company. To the point that they have been suing themselves repeatedly for the last few years for, touching staff members and so on, you know? Classical progressivist nonsense, as per usual. But large bull-faced man coin. I see. However, they do have infinite money. Divinities. All necessary powers completely by clicking the plus blah for now you can divinity for level put event answers. The man was very much divinity. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. Infinite penetration. I like the idea of a lightning bolt, I will admit. I'll put a point in that just to get it for now. And I'll keep... I like that one. Maybe I'll go for homing the last 3 shields. And we will keep pointing to this because it's just bonuses, which bonuses are good. Cast speed, very nice. And then we'll start putting some in here to get even more damage. Damage! We'll keep doubling down on Storm for now. But Riot does have infinite money. And Riot does also seem to have...
Gods, remember the chart Tristram gave, shaped like a horse.
Uh-huh.
We must have separated in the wreck. Hurry, find me.
Oh. Okay. Okay, this is definitely a lot better single target damage than the other one. Which will be useful against the crabs, the machine gun crabs. I think the ice pickle is still better, but it's a neat little spell.
I'm carrying too much.
I know, I need a place with money now. There's a very good chance that because the thing that really made World of Warcraft so very, very special was the amount of love that the developers clearly had for it. The amount of passion and attention to detail that they put into the game was something that was just unrivaled, and I've never seen the likes of ever since.
No room for that.
And I am hoping, perhaps naively so, probably naively so indeed, that we will see something similar out of Riot. I don't know if it's likely. Not a never knowledge. I have a chance. Ooh, necklace. Static Bard of Nature. 17% increased lightning damage. Not terrible, not terrible. statue of Heracles. And so I'm kind of hoping, naively so perhaps, that will somehow translate into a second World of Warcraft. I don't think it's necessarily likely, but it's the only hope I have at the moment. Large serpent coin. Also, I've missed a thing over there, and I'm going to go explore it now.
I'm carrying too much.
I mean, they do have quite a bit of lore. Not all of which has been ruined yet by the vocalification of Riot and the League of Legends. But maybe. There's no coming back from wokeness or corporatism. Well... part of me would be inclined to agree, but bear you in mind here. The reason why these companies fell to begin with was because they were infected. See, there's no inherent quality within a brand. That is one of the lessons that we had to learn as we saw many of the gaming greats of yesteryears begin to pass away. Like Bethesda used to be a company that I would just trust uncritically. If Bethesda made a game, I knew it was good, and I knew that I was going to purchase it. That was it. It was that simple, because they always made quality. But Bethesda stopped being that Bethesda. And that was the moment when I and many others began to realize that there is no, again, inherent quality within a company. There is no magical pedigree that will somehow guarantee a success, even within a field that the company has previously excelled at. It is the people within the company that creates that success, that creates... that creates the quality. And thus, if you basically purged Blizzard of everyone inside of it, currently dragging it down like so many crabs in a bucket, you would eventually get a good Blizzard again. Now, why would you even want a good Blizzard? Simply because they are the owners of the IPs.
Get your claws off me.
You're trying to eat my horse charm. Stop eating the horse charm.
Ah, there. Thank the gods.
You're a talking horse?
Not just any talking horse. The talking horse that saved your life.
As opposed to all of the other talking horses I've come across.
You're welcome. Aristino charged me with helping you reach the Moirai and keeping you safe. At least Nemesis seems to think you're dead for now. That's some good news. Well, one step at a time. Let's find out where we are.
Very well, Mr. Talking Horse Creature. I will follow your... Ow! God, the machine gun crabs are pain! Well, that's nice. I'm glad I'm not fated to die here. Now, if they were able to use recovery portal and teleport back to your death location. Oh. Oh, convenient. Very convenient. Fucking machine gun crabs. Holy smoly. The DPS of those things. I feel like I may have underutilized my health stats somewhat. Just a tiny little bit. A little bit. I also need to start using the energy barrier more, but it's annoying to need to keep clicking the Q key all the time.
Perhaps there's a village further up this road.
Perhaps. Perhaps they may tell me about talking horses and what they signify in the grand scale of things. Or maybe they just have money.
What happened here?
They were invaded by other talking horses. The villagers, naturally, were quite perturbed by this and screamed and tried to flee, but the horses ate them, all of them. Which horses do in Greek mythology.
Who cares about money?
I do.
Road. Can't wait to leave this godforsaken coast behind me. You wouldn't happen to have a spare axle, would you? Funny. Well, if you want to buy something, let me know.
Well, as it so happens, I have come across a bunch of random garbage for you to buy from me. That I've just been lugging around so far. Weapon cool damage, yeah. 12% increased lightning damage. Now, I'd rather have 9% spell damage in total. I wonder if there's going to be like a bank or something where I can deposit other weapons, because I kind of want to send these to alternative characters, potentially. But thank you for picking up my garbage. I appreciate it. Augury, hi! I have a birthday today, so I share some of the happiness around. TQ was a fun game. Hopefully, it's also pretty good. Also, Altar's fun. It is pretty damn good so far. I am really, really enjoying it. And Augury again for $20. Thank you. For some reason, Pierce Messi didn't go full amount. Here's lacking 90% for Altar's fun.
Can I smell your feet?
Thank you very much, sir. I will add it to the Altar's fun. Go. Remind me of the full name of that game, by the way, because I've got it noted down as Altars on my back end, and I don't know if that will help me actually figure out what on God's good earth it's supposed to be. There we go. Like now, 75% of Greek mythology is Zeus' sex life, and Hera taking her marital troubles out on his kids. Yes.
They say only a god can open the temple of the Moirai. So first, we have to find the god, and then we have to find the Moirai temple. I wish Aristino were here. Your mentor always had a plan.
Don't worry, I'm sure a solution will present itself. Always does. But hey, you need some way of introducing drama, okay? Very important. You need a little bit of drama in your life. And, as it turns out, extramarital affairs is a fantastic source of drama. Honestly, I suspect that a lot of that was because there was one guy traveling around making most of this shit up as a traveling minstrel, needing to earn a living by telling tales. And he had a little bit of a cuckold fetish. And so those were most of the tales he came up with. You know, Zeus was his original IP, his fantasy character, his Sonichu, if you will. And so he went to the next village. Let me tell you the tale of Sonichu. He cheated on his wife, yes.
Service guarantee.
But he's a god, you see, so he didn't cheat normally, no. He turned himself into pee and impregnated her. Turned himself into pee? Yes, a golden shower. My god.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttering?
Is that not hitting? Is that not what this village is into? It's a real hit with the previous one. Okay, let me tell you about that time my OC, my Sonichu, turned himself into a bull and impregnated this other woman. Ooh, bestiality. Now you're talking my language. And that was how Greek mythology was invented. A 99.9% accurate retelling. Kurna, fun of your choice. Pierce, level your attributes. But what if I don't fucking want to? What if I don't desire leveling? I've always found leveling to be a waste of time. Ow. That looked hostile. As it indeed was. I don't need levels, all I need is more spell damage. It is the only thing of any import to any true person. True human being. Ice pickle, ice pickle. I have yet to run into any mana problems whatsoever. Ice pickle, ice pickle. Right, 3 more shields into ice pickle. 14. 2 more levels. Right. And I'll put the 3 last shields into homing, probably. We'll save those. That's maxed out. Do I want anything of this? Lightning cold damage. Projectile damage. Projectile homing. Range. For now, I'm gonna go on there for another 30% into spell critical chance. Right now, I'm leaning mostly into cold damage, so might seems the most sensible. As I am... Oh. Vigor. A measure of your health and tenacity. Reading comprehension. I need more hit points. Pumps everything into strength. Oh, well, such is just but another day in the life of an arch. Pretty normal, frankly, pretty normal. Trevor, the villagers were eaten by talking horses. They're bronies. I know why Arch wants to be an NPC in this world when you're playing troubleshooter.
Citizenship.
Eventually. As per usual. And Dawn of War 3. Well, that wasn't a whole lot of warning, now was it, video? Ow. Now was it, video game? Thank you for the straight edge dagger. The game is doing a very good job with the loot so far. I appreciate that tremendously. Good action RPGs will always be flooding your ass with loot. Because it makes it more fun. People enjoy receiving loot, and so you should receive loads and loads of loot. Even if 98% of it is going to be trash, that doesn't matter. The getting of the loot is the important part. Now, you need to intersperse some nice things every now and then, obviously. But people, first and foremost, just wants to get things.
Ichthyans. They're far from the water, aren't they?
Maybe. But first, I must continue exploring the caves. Alright, games is called The Altars, and it's from 11-Bit Studios. Well, there you go. The Altars. Pep, pep, pep. And yes, of course, the Streamlabs. Oh my Jesus! Oh my holy schmoly! Oh boy. Okay, well, luckily they're just giant bats. Yeah, it was a lot of enemies all of a sudden. Oh, cool, a tower shield. If only I had the hands to carry it. Also, I don't think that's technically a tower shield. I am pretty sure that shield actually has a name, and it wasn't really tower shieldy. Tower shields are more intended to be used like parvisers more than anything. Whereas what you have there is a shield designed to be used with a spear and formation fighting. But oh well, details, details. Spear was a pretty popular weapon in ancient Grecian times. For many, many obvious reasons. It was relatively easy to make, which was obviously a pretty big deal when you needed to mobilize dudes in significant numbers. It was relatively cheap, and it was also just a great weapon. See, swords, for all of their neatness, are more like symbols of status and power, really, rather than a truly effective weapon. It works, obviously, and if you're skilled at using it, the sword can even beat out the spear quite nicely. But for the average amateur fighter, particularly if you're going to be engaging in large-scale conflict, the shield and spear is the superior combo to just about everything. You've got reach, you've got protection, and you've got the ability to fight without randomly slashing at your friends and allies. Which was a big problem with a lot of weapons. One of the reasons why two-handed weapons never really took off in the overwhelming majority of societies and systems of warfare. There were some cases where they did. You could kind of argue that the spear is a two-handed weapon if you make it a pike or something, of course. But halberds, again, we're more spear familying at that point anyways. The double-handed sword did enjoy some success during the pike and... a suicide spider, of course. The Flamberg, the two-handed sword, enjoyed some success during the pike and shot era, where it would be used by specialists and captains. And the sword was used both as a way of marshalling the ranks, much like a halberd was used in many other militaries, where it would be, held up in front of the troops and go like, listen, this is the line, this is how you're going to stand. And it was also used to break enemy pike formations, where the halberd, the two-handed sword, the guys using it would lead the charge into the formation, using it to push aside, lift up, or otherwise also try to attack the enemy's pikes. It could only be used by the most skilled and trustworthy individuals in the formation due to the inherent dangers of trying to wield a giant-ass sword in a tightly packed formation of dudes, but it did have some success. There was also frequent usage of large weapons by various formations of bodyguard troops. For example, in the Dutch Republic, was it Republic? The Republic? I don't remember now. But the Dutch were one of the leading forces in the era of pike and shot, and the Duke of Orange, quite famously, had a bodyguard wielding halberds. The halberd was used, of course, because of its versatility. And the halberd is probably, as Kick said, the king of all weapons. It is effective in virtually every role. It can stab, it can slash, it can bludgeon, it can do damn near everything. And it can do it with range and weight and impact at the same time. Now, it is a weapon that requires a fair bit of practice to handle effectively, but... oh... Static Bow of Death. Wow. That does sound pretty effective, can't lie. Any weapon made of actual just death is probably good. And they could also be used to quickly form formations and ranks to fight alongside other bodyguards, and could be used also to create space for the person they were guarding. A halberd, see, the same problem that with using a halberd in formation is that you can hit people around you because of the wideness of your swings.
It's crawling with Ichthians. You're meant to be over on this side. There's an equipment chest down to your right by the mine if you need it. Hurry, before the last bridge is destroyed.
Alright, I'll work on that. But this could, of course, also be a strength. The ability to twirl the weapon around and wielding it in wide arcs could be used to make space, and also to discourage multiple attackers. Again, this could only be done by actually skilled and trained troops, as, well, if you're swinging a halberd around wildly near the guy you're supposed to be guarding, there's some friendly fire concerns involved, obviously. But the guy is expected to, guard higher-ranking nobles and generals, etc. Usually weren't random peasants pulled off the field, so... Pike and Shot. God, we need more games set in Pike and Shot. Actually, there was a, some of you may know a game that came out quite a while ago called Grand Tactician, Civil War, I believe. It's set in the American Civil War. It's a very intriguing game with a lot of intriguing mechanisms, attempting to focus more on realistic grand-scale combat and realistic grand-scale management of a nation, or in this case, the two warring parts of the US Civil War. It's a game that has a lot of really cool ideas, and it executes some of them fairly well. Many others it executes poorly. Very poorly. And it never really managed to live up to its promise. Which was damnably tragic.
Now, who by the ghost of shipwrecked Odysseus are you? Where did you come from? On second thought, never mind. Grab that lever. We need to destroy this breach before more Ichthians arrive.
Uh-huh. I don't know if that's how that works, but very well.
Just ride across now, scaly vermin. Now, you. What god did you piss off that you've washed ashore here of all places? Nemesis? Oh, I knew someone who was hunted by Nemesis once. Years ago. A woman. With an infant. I hope you don't bring more trouble to our town. We're already dealing with one crisis. Oh, but who would we be if we denied a weary traveler our hospitality? What you need? This sorry place? You're on the outskirts of Pyrgos village. Follow me. I'll show you the way.
Pyrgos village? Could it be? We didn't end up so far off course after all. The god Glaukos has a temple near here. He's an old friend of mine. He can help us reach the Moirai.
Nice. My talking horse has god friends. But yeah, like they had a lot of very high. Ooh.
I'm carrying too much.
It had a lot of really cool ideas, but it was overly ambitious. They wanted to make a command and control system where you dispatch orders. They wanted to simulate the logistics of the battlefield at the time, with couriers and all of that cool shit.
To build it for the people here, ages ago. The Ichthians broke through a few weeks ago. The floodwaters were merciless. The Ichthians too. Not even the god could stop them. Pyrgos would have fallen too, if it weren't on high ground.
No, the Glaukos I knew would never allow it.
Maybe Glaukos has become a corrupted Glaukos. Consider that. But again, like, I like the idea, but it's really difficult to pull off, and they clearly didn't quite have the abilities and the experience yet to pull it off. But they've announced a new game now, which is set in the Napoleonic era, where they're attempting yet again to do all of the things they couldn't quite manage to do the first time around. And they are making a new engine, they are basing it on more of their experience, and they might be able to do it the second time around. Now, part of me is a little bit upset with them for not having, you know, finished the first game and completed their ambitions. But I do also see the argument that at some point you've kind of got to go like, okay, this is a sinking ship. We've got to start working on a new game with a bit more broader appeal, like Napoleonic Civil War, and attempt to do all of the things that we want to do in that one.
Glaukos. Forget about him. Everything he touches falls apart. You're better off without him.
No! There must be some mistake. We need the gods' help to reach the Moirai. Let's continue to the village. After I became trapped in this charm, Glaukos was as true a friend as you could want. He gave me to Aristino because I asked him to. I needed to feel useful.
And so I became a necklace. Very well. Strange thing for a horse to become, but... Oh, spiders. Any spiders, in fact. Stay away from me, many-legged fiends. Nice. But I am looking forward to the game. I hope it is good, and I hope they will finally be able to fulfill their ambitions. As I would dearly like to play a game like that does it well. There's been many games that have tried to do it, and no game has ever really managed to do it. Ichthian bow. Why ever would an underwater people or fish people use a bow for?
Glaukos, thank you. I was told it was safe on this side of the bridges. I'll be sharing strong words with the militia about this. Good thing you didn't waste any time getting over here, or I fear I'd be fish food. I'm glad my equipment cache proved useful. They're monsters. They've been attacking the town from the north for weeks. We'd thought the south was safe, but no. Yesterday, they came swarming from the south, too. We had to destroy the bridges just to keep from being overrun. I came to check on my copper mine. It's the one you passed. I found a huge ore deposit last week. I was so excited, but thanks to the militia's failure to stop the Ichthians, it's lost. What's next? Ichthians in Pyrgos itself? Gods.
I know, right? Foreigners in our cities, eating our food and raping our women. It truly is a dyster and dystopian nightmare that you found yourselves in here. Thank God something this... Oh God, that's a big thing. Thank God something this horrible could only ever happen in video games. Could you imagine living in a world like this? Oh, God. How unbelievably horrible would that be? A strange people coming in, invading your country like that? Oy. It's almost too terrible to imagine. I'm getting so much gear, I'm actually forgetting to switch out half of it. Bed. I hope there's another trash vendor soon. I require...
No room for that.
to dump my load into a vendor somewhere. Even the Boers have allied themselves with the immigrant. The foreign invader.
I'm carrying too much.
Now, let's proceed towards the village with the hope of dumping some stuff.
Hello? I need some help here. Oh, thank Glaukos you're not one of those monsters. They attacked and carried the other survivors off. My little sister, Tamandra. I don't think she'll do well as a prisoner. She doesn't understand how the world works. Thank you. You'd best hurry. Tamandra's going to get herself killed and... good luck.
They kidnapped my little sister. I'm not sure she'll do well as a prisoner. Okay. As opposed to the people who will do really well as prisoners. Well, I suppose there would be someone who would do really well as a prisoner. A rare attribute to possess, I would imagine, but still. Vendor. Come on, one of you must have money. Surely. You don't understand. My sister is particularly retarded.
You need goods stored or transported. Admittedly, it's a little hard to leave town right now, but as soon as that's fixed...
Ah. Stash. That's what I was waiting for. Plop that in there, as it might prove useful at some point in the future.
You looking to buy a bow?
Accept my load of useless garbage. There.
Need something stored?
I'll stash away the shield as well, and we'll go rescue the little sister. Oh, maybe I should actually activate the portal, maybe. Yes, I could teleport here. That would be intelligent. Intelligente. Intelligence.
Please, one at a time.
This greedy bastard is gouging the price of grain. The farmlands are flooded.
Intelligence. Also, why are the Ichthians taking slaves? I figured they weren't really that civilized, but oh well. At least they've unlocked the slave technology. Well, that's a start. It's a beginning on their climb upward, the lofty heights of human civilization, understanding that other humans can be used for labor purposes. Oh, hello there, teleporting highwayman. See, the venerable institution of slavery is a much maligned institution, and unjustly and unfairly so. Slavery does have some minor drawbacks here and there, it is true. There are some problems with it on the whole, I agree, but... slavery was a significant step forward compared to our original Mongolian solution. We should recognize the significant contributions that slavery has made to humankind instead of being so mean to it. Or slavery. It'll feel bad.
You ignorant slut.
Redots, the Romans famously disregarded steam technology. They did do that. It was a bit unfortunate. The Romans had a bit too many slaves. See, that is the problem. You can't have too many slaves. Too many slaves stifle technological progression. You need just the right amount of slaves. That's the important part. Not too many, not too few. Ah, right, I leveled up again. You can't net me, I'm far too clever. Passive points, active points, active points. More active points in store. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. More in there. Pip, pip. Divinity. Again, I think we'll just focus on one thing for now without spreading things too much. And let's actually put some points into Vigor this time for a little bit more health. I like the lighting in this cave. They managed to make it nice and atmospheric. I would have liked to see more dead people, mind you. Hey, gore is something that is severely underused in most... Ow.
Thank you. There are more prisoners deeper in the cave. They need help too.
Okay, well, I'll get on it then. Gore is something that is sadly underused in a lot of modern games. There's a brilliant scene, or a section, more like, in Diablo 2. When you arrive in the second area, you are informed that the ruler of the land, the Sultan, has locked himself up in his palace, where he's entertaining his harem girls. Okay? Fair enough. That is probably what a sultan would do if his lands were invaded by fucking demon monsters from the pits of literal hell. Ow. Lock himself up and leave this inconvenient problem to the god. Okay. And obviously you can't go and see him, and so you can't get the permissions you need to continue your quest. So a part of the quest then is to do various nonsense around town to gain the trust of the people and the guard and all of that nonsense.
Help us! Kill the fishmen!
Working on it. They're tougher than they look. God, so demanding everyone around here. Working on it. Good God. You kill them if you're so impatient. And eventually, of course, it turns out that actually he hadn't done it.
The horrible fishmen have had us penned in like sheep. Can you imagine? I have no idea what they thought to kidnap us for. I assume to ransom back as hostages. We are valued citizens of Pyrgos. I'd best find Itties. He'll be a mess.
Huh? Huh? I am confused. Do you want me to set fire to both of them at once? Ah. Well, there's the thing there. I don't know what it is, but there's the thing there. It turns out he wasn't actually sequestering himself in the palace at all. the reason why there weren't enough guards wasn't because the Sultan was being selfish, it was because the palace too had been invaded. And he'd called all of his guards to try and fight back the demon invasion, which they were now beginning to lose terribly. It was both a nice little... Let me guess, there's going to be one of these that'll keep burning. Okay, that one keeps burning. And in there, you found all of his harem too butchered, which was rather nasty. Okay. And then... a scene quite wonderfully enhanced by the gory nature of it all. Oh, sacrificial stone. Oh, I see. That's what the Ichthians want prisoners for. Oh, fair enough. Well, that a human sacrifice never hurt anyone. Besides, you know, you do want the sun to rise in the morning, don't you? So, this is just what we're gonna have to do. And you're just gonna have to hope that you're not the human sacrifice. It's empty. More braziers. Oh, lone brazier, then a pair of braziers, then a trio. Okay. Alright, nice.
What are you doing? This is my hiding spot.
Too bad. My hiding spot now. I figured out the complex puzzle thingy. I solved the puzzle because I'm intelligent.
Can't hide in here. This is my spot, okay? Safety? I am safe now that I've made it in here. Out there are Ichthians everywhere. I barely got away. I don't know who you are, but unless you're a god in disguise, I don't think you can defeat an entire army of monsters. Pyrgos will probably fall, and everyone will be captured by the monsters. Oh, but not me. I'll be safe here. I will suit myself. Now find your own hiding spot. Please get out of here.
Okay, you stay in there, until you starve to death. As much as I sympathize with the desire to avoid the evil human sacrificing fish people, I really do question the longevity of this particular strategy of his. I don't think it's gonna work out in the long run. In fact, I'm pretty fucking sure it's not. Pyrgos Village? What's closest to the, there, Pyrgos outskirts.
Oh, it's so good to taste fresh air again. I'm sure the dampness of that cave was giving me a nasty cough. Oh, awful.
We all made it out without any problems. Thanks to you.
Thank you so much for rescuing my sister. Tamandra, I sent this stranger in to stop those monsters killing you.
Killing me? Those monsters wouldn't dare. But yes, thank you for the rescue.
I like her already. And also, that was a lovely quest decision. Timandra, I sent this stranger in to help you. Okay. What were you doing meanwhile? I was hiding, of course. Listen, sister, I like you and all, but you can be a bit of a bitch. I'm not gonna risk my own hide to rescue you. You know, you're going to have to be a lot nicer for that.
There ain't nothing to fear from a fishman if you've got a good bow in your hands. Why risk getting in close when you can fight from afar?
9% increased cold damage. Yes, please. Energy regeneration. Again, I haven't really run into any energy problems so far. She'll just sell all of that to the merchant, who still just so happens to have thousands and thousands of gold.
This is a nightmare. Issa went to help the farmers down below and left me in charge. I don't know how to run a village. Everyone has problems and I don't know how to solve any of them. Why isn't Issa back yet? She's my aunt. She's smart. She cares about people. Everyone likes her, respects her. That's why they chose her to be village leader. But she went to help people in the farmlands when the flooding started and hasn't come back. I need her. I'm not cut out for this. I can't even decide which tunic to put on in the morning. And I only own 2.
Gave most of my stock to the militia.
I am getting a tiny bit of a girl boss vibe coming from this, though. Every competent character so far has been a woman. I suppose the sister is a mild example. Might be. That's probably the god, isn't it? Because at least she got captured, but she's also a strong and independent girl boss who don't need no rescuer. Oh, well. It hasn't been particularly egregious so far, I guess, but...
You look like you've seen your... The militia is always looking for new recruits. Taught to Lucargos Ryzen in the militia quarter. We need strong fighters to drive back the fishmen.
Any word from Glaukos' temple?
None yet.
Report. Let me guess. You were some big shot on your farm, killed a boar, maybe. And now you want to sign up for the militia. You're not reaching anywhere. Only the militia have my permission to use the elevator to leave Pyrgos. I won't risk the lives of any more villagers, and I can't spare the soldiers to protect anyone who can't fight for themselves. Can you? Prove it. We caged an Ichthian brute over there. Show me what you can do.
Really?
Be careful on the northern road. Giant bats. We call them Miniades. They've been attacking folks since the Ichthian invasion. One attacked me yesterday. A pity. On night watches, I used to leave food out for them, and they'd bring me shiny stones. But something's driven them into a frenzy. The threat needs to be dealt with, but... Thanks.
You captured one of the fish people specifically to test out new recruits. And you left it keep a weapon. I question the wisdom of this course of action, but hey, it's a quick enough way to prove my worth, I suppose. Better than being sent off wandering into the wilderness to kill 15 fish people. So, well, there was nothing up there.
That technique. I'm sorry I mistook you for a common traveler. Tell me, soldier, who trained you? Aristano. Not Aristano of Sparta. I thought she disappeared when... Never mind that. Congratulations. You're officially part of the Pyrgos militia. This brooch will identify you to other militia members.
Sir, a message from Glaukos' temple. Ichthians attacked. It's been overrun.
damn it! As you can see, we're losing ground out there. Get to the farmlands and drive those Ichthians to their graves.
The Temple of Glaukos. How? Old friend, where are you? We should go there at once.
Unfortunately for you, I suspect your old friend is no longer as friendly anymore. And he might have gone batshit insane, is currently in the middle of encouraging...
Right, of course. Wouldn't want you to mass your hair.
Well, she is a woman. You can't expect her to lift a cart. Her old friend Glaukos has probably gone quite mad at this point.
Water. She saw water.
I sense something on you. I'm a scholar, a researcher. I study the Mycenaeans, how they lived, their magic, why their civilization crumbled. Embers of night, fragments of stolen dark magic were scattered across the land as a cataclysm destroyed their civilization. The embers are no use to you, but with them I can unlock. Good, thank you. It's far too slow.
Oh.
You don't have a...
I get magic ember thingies. Woman, give me yellow stick. It's good trade for Bart.
Time out of
That's a silly barbarian I am.
Is there someone? Your men? Is there someone? Your men? Is there someone? Of course. No, some people. I came here. Is there someone? Of course. No, some people. I came. Is there someone?
I'm sorry, I'm seemingly stuck on this conversation. Oh. Well, 2000 XP.
Fate is shrouded.
Retro. Fuck! Tutorial! Shit! Hey, Ritual of Athena! I'm walking the gods physical and strategy. Choose from the other perfect. Always meant to read a customer. And there's many visitors differently. Elevate minimum energy level respawn enemies in the area. Cost various amounts of gold. Okay. I see.
We were fishing at the secluded beach up north when the Ichthians started coming up out of the water. Everyone started panicking, but not Canis. He grabbed his spear and rallied the others. I don't know what happened to him. Last I saw, he was holding them off while we escaped. If you're going up there, would you look for him? Thank you.
Unfortunately, he's probably been bred to death by now.
Can't let you pass. Ah, right. Welcome to the militia. Go right ahead.
You may pass.
Fishmen are everywhere out there. Everything is falling apart. Enemy smoke signals stain the heavens themselves. The gods have abandoned us. It won't be long before the fishmen overwhelm us.
Fishmen must have a sizable civilization there underneath the waves somewhere. To support these wave attacks.
Smoke signal. They're coming for the elevator. Cover the warrior beside you. Beat the monsters back.
Beat the monsters off. Quickly.
That's the last of them. For now. Ares, give me strength.
Another strong
You're
female.
one of recruits. Thank you. Though it pains me that we need to fill our ranks with strangers to survive. Their scouts send smoke signals when the elevator lowers. Then they try to capture it. If they ever broke through. I sent soldiers to put an end to it, but they're too green and too few. Go add your strength, such as it is, to theirs. Good. Rendezvous with the others at Lookout's Vantage, to the northwest. Try not to die.
Thank you for the advice, female. I'll make an effort. Yes, there's definitely a heavy focus on the female presence in the game so far, I will say. Oh well. It is the current year after all, and if that's all I have to suffer, then it is a relatively minor inconvenience. As the rest of the game still seems very, very, very solid. But I don't want a poisoned short bow, right? I don't want it. I am growing spoiled enough to ignore such minor trinkets. Could use a bit more enemies, though. I haven't been swarmed in a few seconds. That's a few seconds too long. If I am not up to my neck in fish guts every second of the day, I get upset. Also, am I losing mana at all? Yes, it's just that it regenerates so fast it doesn't even notice. I was starting to wonder if the mana was bugged or something, but hey, I would much rather have a game where the mage actually has enough mana to, you know, use its spells, rather than needing to sit down and have a chill pill every 5 seconds to regenerate it, so I'm not complaining. How did I manage to miss the fish person? How am I? Okay, 5 times. You know what? I feel like you should live now. That's like the execution failing to chop off a head 5 times and being like, okay, well, God clearly doesn't want you dead. Largely a myth, unfortunately. If the executioner didn't manage to kill you the first time around, he'd just kind of keep trying. Nothing quite so merciful. There were times in which, in fact, my whole execution mechanism was particularly unmerciful. The famous guillotine, for example, invented to be a more humane execution method, actually, in many ways, turned out to be, ow, ow, ow. Energy shield. Turned out to work a little bit against its intended purpose, as it became a little bit too popular during the French Revolution. There were several cases of people not getting their heads chopped off properly, simply because the guillotine blade had been severely overused, and had been dulled by the repeated impact upon more and more people's fucking necks. As bone is not actually all that gentle to metal, as it turns out. Oh, numbing heavy spear of cream. Yeah, increased cold damage is actually not the worst thing in the world. Oh. Spinning to winning. Very good, very good. But I have superior powers. I need not spin to win, because I produce electricity out of my very hands. I think I will use that, actually. There you go. Bonus the cold damage is very nice. More abilities. I can upgrade that now to have those 3, which will allow me to slot in the homing projectiles, which will be neato cheeto. I've fully leveled up that one, and I know that active point. No, not that one. No. Now we're gonna start putting it in that. Leveling up that for more spell damage. I am hoping that it's spell damage as in spell damage in total. I'd assume as much. Oh. Oh, okay. Leveling up dodge might not be... Yeah, leveling dodge might not be a terrible idea either, to be fair. The D3 Titan, bestiality, now you're speaking my language. Arch, 2025. Listen, sometimes you... Well, that's different. Different, but pretty good, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, homing projectiles that act like fucking heat-seeking missiles and also have pierce is pretty fucking good, as it turns out. Foolish wolves, you are now match for my ice pickles. Nice. The ice pickle spell has proven itself to be a friend of Arch.
Mortals are all alike.
Eh. Eh. Eh.
This is Naiad magic if I've ever seen it. We should leave while we still can.
Well, I don't think that's gonna work. Very well, I'll fuck off. Please turn me into a human again. Thank you.
Naiad transformations. Treacherous stuff. The only counter is Moly Root. It's said to grow near temples and shrines, but it's quite rare.
I see. Well, magical staffs should also be quite rare, and yet I'm happening across them in every random fucking bush, so... I'm quite confident I'll find some.
Fishmen are using smoke atop the hill to signal attacks on the Pagos elevator. We're meant to stop them. Listen. Yeah, up this way, I think.
Alright, my Cockney accented friend, we'll go stop the fish people. It's a downright baffling choice of accent for a random Greek soldier, but I'll take it. I won't lie to you, little Greeks. The rate at which your health point pools are dropping, I don't see you surviving this.
They keep healing the leader.
They do that. That's rather gay of them. Fear not, I have penetrative powers. Oh, my dudes are dying. Oh well, they are but scouts. Their lives are meaningless in the grand scheme of things. Damn, they all lived. I'm surprised and a little disappointed.
We're not dead. Now, hurry, destroy the smoke signal. Dear gods, a counterattack's coming.
Good, I was getting a little disappointed that not more of you had died.
You killed them all. How did you do that?
Magic, largely. Were you not paying attention?
Everyone in Pagos can breathe easier now. Could you report back to Pentaconta Crasse and let her know we succeeded? We'll stay here to hold the hill, and since we've got a good vantage, I can give you an overview of what I've been told about the area if you want.
Nah, I'll find my way for my own. Plus, you're not very good scouts. You're not very good scouts. You kind of seem like you suck at your job, so I'll probably be safer scouting by myself. I do believe that homing ice pickles are indeed overpowered. It is a realization I have come to after much careful consideration and observation. Oh, big piggy. That and the fact that it seems to annihilate literally everything in the entire universe. And do so with the homing magic as well. Oh. Smoldering Biden spear. Lovely. Weapon attack damage, fire resist cast, and cast speed. Nope, that is not as good as my numbing heavy spear of celerity. The game has apparently found out that I am a caster, and it is giving me the tools I need to succeed. A wonderful change from Diablo 2's gay-ass system. Has anyone actually continued playing Diablo 3? Did it ever actually get better? Was it ever actually good to begin with? That weird MMO-style thing that they decided to go for. You'd think that they would have observed the failures of Dragon Age Origins and resolved to not simply do the same thing, but you would be wrong in that assumption. Red Roll, and these are heavily nerfed ice pickles. To be fair, I can see why they would heavily nerf the ice pickles. They're kind of good. I do miss the fanning effect a little bit, because it was a little easier to try and freeze the little shits with that, but more than made up for by the increased DPS of the homing of it. Ice pickles. Diablo 3 was always ass. I have few friends who extol its praises, but these are also friends who enjoy slop. Yes, I played the beta for a brief period of time and quickly realized that it was MMO garbage and that I wasn't really interested in Diablo as an MMO. Although, you know, I could be interested in Diablo as an MMO, but the problem is it was too much Diablo. You know, the presentation, the style, the top-down control system like this, all of that was actually quite Diablo, but the game itself was evidently not Diablo. Now, if you did a Diablo MMO, say something in the line of, like, Hellgate London, for example, which was a very interesting MMO story-wise, but garbage gameplay-wise, and you made it clear that this wasn't going to be Diablo, but it was going to be set in the Diablo universe, I would be very intrigued by that. Trying to survive in this horrible, merciless world being invaded by unending hordes of demons as Earth becomes a merciless battleground between the forces of heaven and hell. I could see that being pretty fucking awesome. Hellgate London, that really reminds me. That takes me back. For those of you who are fortunate enough to not have any idea what Hellgate London is, it was a game created during the period where everybody and their grandmothers were creating MMOs of one sort or another, all in order to compete with World of Warcraft, which was currently building its mountain of gold coins. And everyone decided that they too wanted a mountain of gold coins. And I mean, hey, I sympathize with the desire. I myself would very much so like a mountain of gold coins too, so I get it. But nobody really ever managed to do what World of Warcraft did, because World of Warcraft was more than just a game. It was a formative experience, honestly, for many. It was most people's first MMO, and it wasn't just an MMO either. It came with all of the added weight and the tremendous pedigree of the Warcraft universe as well. Not to mention the sheer amount of power, polish, and passion Blizzard poured into it. So Hellgate London had a really, really cool idea. It was set in the modern world where demons were real. And there was the Order of the Templars who had been attempting to stop the demons from entering the real world for thousands of years. And they developed special technology to try and prevent this in their own little Templar orders. And these would be the classes that you would play in the game, these specialized Templars. Now, obviously, because you wouldn't have much of a video game without it, they failed in their endeavor to stop the demon invasion, and so the hordes of hell started to pour into the real world through Hellgates. And the Hellgates that you were primarily exploring was the one located in London, thus, obviously, the name. It had a really, really cool setting. It even came with a little graphic novel to further explore the lore. It was really cool and dark and brutal. And it was also really cool to see a major city with all of its major landmarks being corrupted and taken over by the demons. Really neat idea. Not a very good game. Not a very good game at all. But very cool idea. That's one of the problems when you do anything hell-related, I'm starting to think. See, there's a few, archetypical enemies that we have in our current-day mythology. You've got the, flavorful ones, the strange ones, like the Murloc, the fish people, right? Those are common. Many games have some variations of those. You've got the old-school traditional monsters, things like centaurs, minotaurs, all of that stuff, right? Mythological stuff. Then you've got the big ones, which are things like demons. Demons are literal evil. Demons from hell. Hell itself is like an archetypical faux class enemy now, right? That countless settings have used to greater or lesser effect over the years. But the problem with this is that they've got a lot of lore and a lot of instant connection with the player, which is nice. Ooh, that's probably better than I have. In that you already have a certain understanding and expectations of what you're going to get into. If you have hell be the enemy, you already have a little bit of flavor, right? Because everybody knows what hell is, everybody knows what hell does. It's horrible. You add in torture racks and pounds of flesh being devoured by demon monstrosities, all of that usual stuff. You've got a basis start point for your story. Ooh, hello. Odysseus. I don't know what that is, but I appreciate it. However, whilst this is an excellent way to add a little bit of immediate flavor to a setting that people understand, it is all too often used not for its intended purpose of a little bit of extra weight, but rather as a lazy excuse to avoid actually committing to doing the labor required to build that part of the setting yourself. You rely on the aesthetics and the already understood nature of the enemy to do all of the work for you. Trench Crusade is a fantastic example of that, where the entire hell setting is just used as the whatever is hitting me hurts a lot. Oh, machine gun crab, no machine gun crab, I'm already injured, please, mercy. Where all they end up doing is basically, oh my Lord almighty, is basically drawing a demon and then going, look, it's a demon, demon. Look, you know demons, right? It's a demon from Demon Place, Demonistan, it does Demonistan things. That was a fucking horrible enemy. Which is literally how half their lore is written. It's like, oh yes, this is a demonic hunter from the 9th circle of hell, and it hunts sinners. It uses all of the buzzwords, but the moment you take a step back and you think to yourself, okay, that's neat and all, but what does any of this mean? Why are there demonic hunters in hell? Why do they randomly hunt sinners? Why is this apparently some sort of specific cult? What is their conflict? What is their reason for existence? Why are they here? Why should I care? And these questions are never answered because, again, you are relying exclusively on the idea of it being, ooh, demon, spooky. Rather than, actually making a constructed argument for why it's spooky.
This is the broken base of a statue of Glaukos. It must have been damaged in the flooding. A pity. The locals used to love coming here to pray.
Collect the head. I shall be finding pieces of him scattered through the land. Lovely. And, see, it doesn't have to be this way. You can actually make a lot more interesting things out of this, right? Let's say that you simply want hell, right? You want hell because it's well known. Ooh, lifeful, helpful postman. Wow. You want hell to be a primary force in your world because you like the aesthetic or you like demons or you have a specific story perhaps that revolves around heaven and hell. Okay, fair enough. But you can make hell a living entity with actual lore and reason behind it. The Hellraisers universe is a good example of this, where all of the horrible things exist not just to be horrible, they have a purpose. Now that purpose can also be basically to be horrible. But you've got a lot more of a built-up universe there. The Hellraiser universe is really fascinating, by the way. Highly recommend reading up on it. It's really, really cool. You can also start delving into the reason for hell's existence, right? Why does hell exist? Does hell exist to be simply a place of torment? Does hell exist to be a form of punishment, perhaps, but not actually for sinners, but for those who were imprisoned in hell to begin with, the fallen angels? How would that change its nature? Perhaps hell is simply just a different plane of existence, all on its very own, whose cruel rules are determined less by divine ordainment and more simply by the nature of hell as a separate dimension. Oh, the mobs decided to run away. Because all of these could make for very, very, very different kinds of hell. One of the things, for example, that I like about Has-Been Hotel's idea about this is that hell does not exist as a place to punish sinners. Not truly. That is not its intended stated purpose upon its creation. Hell was created specifically as a punishment for Lucifer. Now, there are ways to make that a better punishment for Lucifer, frankly, but the idea was, okay, you want to go against my wishes as God? You think you know better? You think free will is a good idea? Cool. I'm going to lock you up in a place where you are going to see the ill consequences of free will for literal eternity. I am going to take your ambition and I am going to rub it in your face endlessly for billions of years if need be. And I will furthermore never allow you to see any of the good that may hypothetically come from your decision. That's quite cool. Of course, it's set in a ridiculous universe where every cool idea is immediately destroyed and ground into useless, prissy, Disney-esque fucking shit. But the idea's nice. I like that. And it would obviously then create a... And then you add in, of course, which was another idea of Has-Been Hotel, which, by the way, it broke in the first fucking season, that, of course, Lucifer can't actually harm sinners. He cannot purge hell. He cannot free himself from his torment by simply going on a murderous rampage every few years. That is interesting, because now he is even further tormented by the sinners. In fact, if this ever became common knowledge, one could quite easily argue that Lucifer himself would become the primary victim of hell's population of sinners. Imagine a hell, for example, where the various overlords and demons and creatures that also were in hell realized that Lucifer could not hurt them, that the Morning Star was powerless, and yet still possessed of the incredible powers of a fallen angel. Imagine what they could do to him. Demonic armies fighting over the possessions of pieces of Lucifer's body, for example, tearing him apart using his heart to power energy generators, or his skull to bind magic in, shit like that. You know, torture him to the point where you genuinely, like, you enter hell, you know, like, oh my god, well, hey, hell, terrible, like Satan's the ultimate evil, and you learn over the course of the story that Satan has become the primary victim of hell. That he is now suffering unbelievable torments at the hands of the sinners. That he is being literally, his soul being burned forever in hellfire simply to light up a palace or something.
Oh, hello. I'd say good day, but, well, it's not. We're all doomed. There's no point fighting it.
I mean, he's right.
Well, that statue you picked up belongs to a monument to Glaukos. I tried to gather the pieces to rebuild it, but I should have. I used to go pray to the statue at the altar every day.
A piece of a statue of Glaukos. We found the base where the statue used to stand earlier.
I know. I'm looking for the head now. That could be really, really, really fucking cool. Oh. Yeah, I can't use it. Well, that's upsetting. There's a lot of very neat things you can do with settings like that if you but think about it for a moment. But thinking about it for a moment is always a little bit too much to ask, it seems.
Moment. Odysseus used it to counter the nymph Circe's transformation magic.
Well, now I have the magical root that will stop me from being turned into a goat. That's good. Probably. Yeah, I'm almost certain of it. And that is but one of countless other interpretations you could have of hell. You could have a hell in which hell is just another place where, souls go, and they have to exist down there, build their own infrastructure, their own logistics, their own food production, make hell into a living entity, and then also incorporate the occasional need for mass murder. There was a, 12 knowledge. That's pretty nice, right? Yes. There was a Japanese manga around the Japanese idea of hell, where basically every sin you had ever committed would send you to hell. Like the lilies, like killing an ant would be like a point of sin, right? And in hell, you would quite simply be...
You can steal from me.
you would quite simply be fucking tortured. But how do I? But how do I eat the root?
Might use that moon you found, unless you.
That wasn't what I was thinking about. Yeah, yes. Yeah, what I was thinking about, using the moly root. I just don't. Well, let me just. Maybe I'll eat it before I turn into a goat.
I'm afraid there's no avoiding this nymph's cruel spells without moly.
For a video game? How?
Go away. I'm warning.
Aha.
Magic. How did you?
Fuck you, woman. I have a magic fruit. Or root, actually. Nolly for $50. Thank you very much, sir. That reminds me about a form of hell in the Werewolf the Apocalypse. It was called Erebus. Pause for irony, the reason it was created was to burn away sins and actually purify you. Being allowed to go there was a great honor and a privilege. Yeah, no, exactly. The manga I was talking about, which I've long since forgotten the name about, but it was intended to, like, the demons there existed to purge you of sins. So a demon would purposefully be assigned to you to torture you. And the more pain and suffering you went through, the more of your sins were purged. And so you built an entire infrastructure around this, where pain and suffering was currency. Where souls were encouraged to be tortured, to earn the currency they required to live in hell, in order to get food, in order to get luxury items, etc. And also then to allow the demons to keep doing their job. As there wasn't any coercion involved, it was there specifically to purge your soul so that you could eventually ascend into heaven. A neat idea.
Wait, please don't hurt me. Before you judge, listen. Mortals. Trespassers. Thought they could steal from me. They don't deserve your pity. When the floods came, I protected them. But one of them, a beautiful man with skin like an olive tree, betrayed me. He defiled my grove, stealing my sacred lily, and ran off into the night. Now, none of them may leave. Let them bleat like the greedy little goats they are.
See, the problem is you invited the Brown into your home, and then he stole from you. You should have seen this coming.
I was innocent. I was kind and welcoming. I opened my arms and my grove. No, never again. Why should I trust another mortal? Your tongues only know how to speak lies. But, yes, if I had my lily back, I suppose I could lift my spell on these others. What is the significance of a burbling brook or a bird song? It was my joy. It never wilts. Always blooms. You mortals have legends. He that possesses a lily from a naiad's grove will desire nothing. As if that were possible. All you mortals do is want and want and want.
Well, you know, sometimes just gotta want things. God, I'm very confused by this video game storytelling. On the one hand, I'm drowning in strong, independent females at every turn, and every man seems to somehow have a more competent woman standing by in the shadows, ready to replace him at a moment's notice. Yet at the same time, we're also being remarkably anti-immigrant with all of this. It is a strange video game. You know, I genuinely suspect that we are going to enter, like, because this kind of happened in the Has-Been Hotel thing, too.
You're gonna earn some easy coin.
Bronze line.
You look like your arm's strong enough to hold a blade. Unlike the last few hopeless recruits we've had. We're a mercenary company, the Bronze Lions. We're looking to swell our numbers. There's a lot of gold in this business for people who can follow orders and keep their mouths shut. You think you got what it takes to be a Bronze Lion? Speak to Onitas. He's the chief around here.
Hey. You actually want to join these guys?
Watch your mouth, recruit.
Sorry. I love being a Bronze Lion. I do.
Oh my god, they're villains or something.
It's like they blunt their blades on purpose.
Yeah, I see a lot of enemy models here. Wow, a lot of enemy models. Wow. I do suspect I'm going to be at war very soon.
What is it? Spit it out, old man.
Well, sir, you conscripted.
Hey, who do you think you are? You reckon you could just barge on now?
I was requesting, sir, that you release my boy back to me. Please. He's a good lad. Surely you understand, sir.
I just want to go home. Please, help me. He's trying to force me to join his bandit troop. I barely know how to swing a sword.
Stranger, I told you to shut your mouth and wait your turn for an audience. This is private Bronze Lion business.
Please. My son ain't a fighter. Our family needs him. We lost everything in the flooding.
Men, throw the old codger in a cage. If Alistair tries to desert, cut a piece off his daddy.
Ha! With pleasure, boss.
Or what? Are you gonna make me? What? Who do you think you are, swine? Everyone, watch closely. You're dead.
What video game? What if I want to join the Bronze Lions? What if I'm like, yeah, fuck old men? Not in that way, chat. Calm down. What if I desire to put Alistair in a cage and watch him work hard, long hours as a soldier in the Bronze Lion Legion? What if that? That I know he was... Oh, God. Well, that was one hit. And I was out of dodging charges. I feel like I need to increase my health somewhat. But I knew he was evil from the moment I heard his name and knew that he was male. Right, don't get hit by the leapy attack because you'll just explode. Very well. 681 health points. It sounds like so much. It sounds like such a good amount. It is not. More lightning bolts? I'm kind of thinking maybe Ice Nova. Let's keep doubling down on this for now. Weapon damage as lightning damage. Request to be arranged. Nah. The ethereal stack limit tradition when it's matched with the light of stack. Okay, that's kind of neat. Additional projectiles. Lightning strike. Gain flow. Blue. Flow's gonna see what's okay. Well, but what does it do? Gain flow. But what does flow do? 10 more damage, 1 additional projectile. Overload. 5%. I don't know what that means either. 8 lightning damage per stack. But if they say no stack limit, no during refresh when it expires. So 8 lightning damage per stack that just constantly runs out. I mean, that sounds fucking amazing. Let me do that. And 2 points in that. And I suppose I should try to be alive some more. There. Round 2. Fight. Can I survive that if I have my shield up? Yes, barely. Very, 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 very barely. But still not something I want to do too often. Okay, he's got a nice little tell there before he... Oh, it didn't even give me the thing there, actually. It just hoped that, oh yeah, you better know that when he bends over, he's about to jump. Oh, that was a pathetic fucking reward. No, we liked our kitty cat leader. How could you? So, how does that stacky thing work? God, stop dying! Fuck. Right, so... Okay, it's... So if I put 3 stacks on him... Right. Yes, that's not as... That is not as impressive as I thought it would be. In fact, that's rather pathetic, actually. The plot twist is that all of these people actually quite enjoyed being bandits. They liked it. They were poor, downtrodden people who had long been abused by the system. Being a part of the Bronze Lions was the first true freedom they'd ever had. They worshipped the giant Meow Meow Man. They understood that he could be cruel on occasion, but their lives were infinitely better under his Meow Meow ship. Then along came this one hero, and it was like, no, Mr. Meow Meow Man. You will make one person be inconvenienced. You are going to make that fat little son work for a living instead of mooching off his parents. I will not stand for this. And then she brutally murdered not just Mr. Meow Meow, but all of his friends too. Leaving only death and destruction in his wake.
Thank you. If you hadn't stepped in when you did, I can't even imagine.
You saved my son. Thank you.
Onitas kidnapped so many local lads, forcing us to join his cursed bandit troop. Brutal man. I hope that now Onitas is dead, we can all go home without the Bronze Lions coming after us. Still, I think I'll be looking over my shoulder for a long time. But thank you. Really. You're a hero.
May Zeus watch over and protect you.
A ruthless psychopathic murderer more than a hero, really, at this point. But hey, I appreciate you fluffing my ego a little bit. You know, what is a hero? A hero is, well, whoever does something good to another person. And it depends on the point of view. If you do something good for a guy, you are that guy's hero. If you murder another person's friends for that guy, well,
free until my Lily is
I'm still a hero, just not to everyone.
You found it, and you returned it. I'm sorry, perhaps I was too quick to judge all mortals. And what about the thief? What happened to him? That's a shame. He was so beautiful. Who knew beauty could be so treacherous? You kept your word, so I will keep mine. My pets, you are free. Thank your friend here.
Thank you.
Do not come back, lest I change my mind.
Never. Never. Strange. I can hardly remember being human. Started to feel like I'd been a goat my whole life.
You're back. Is there something you wish to talk about?
What a nice little nymph. Truly. Very reasonable. Very reasonable. Let me take those electrical burst points away, because they were kind of shit. I think I'll take that one. 30% chance to trigger lightning strike. Sounds more fun and engaging to me. And 11, 12. So we've got critical chance and 30% increased spell damage. Attributes, more knowledge, sir. I shall be the glassiest of glass cannons. Awful lot of cockneys in Greece these days. Almost like Greece is weirdly British all of a sudden. I suppose it's better than a Greek accent. What would a Greek accent even sound like? I genuinely have no idea. I don't think I've ever heard a Greek accent. Oh, I'm sure I have. I must have. Right? Ornate helmet. It's not just a regular helmet, mind you. This one's ornate. Ew. God, but the crabs are vicious in Greece. Especially the machine gun crabs. Near uniquely vicious creatures, those. Not sure how that lightning strike proc thing works. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh, I only now noticed that I'm throwing it like a thunderbolt. That's nice. Ah, there you go. Okay, so it is literally just a secondary strike from heaven. All right, nice. Ow, 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 ow. Those little poison freaks are fucking awful. Oh, God. Right, not being able to properly aim the ice pickles is a mild inconvenience, as I'm mostly relying on the ice pickles, homing in on the appropriate target. Which can be a little bit sad when you're being poisoned to death. Let's go find that head. Crab people. Taste like people, look like crab. They speak basically the same language as 1 AD in Greece. Do they, though? I'm sure the Greek language has undergone plenty of little bastardizations over the years. Like our own English language. Like, the English language does not resemble much the old English language at all. Hell, even like American English, for example, all of the various words and terms that pop back in and out of favor all the time.
Well, I knew him. He preferred having friends to followers. He thought statues of him were silly.
Really? The god thought statues were silly? Mildly confusing. Very well. What was that about? Oh, yes. Bastardization of language. I mean, we've experienced, probably to an even greater degree than previously, though, mind you, we're experiencing the bastardization of language right goddamn now. Think of terms that have emerged recently, like goat, for example. That is a bastardization of language, when we have now created an abbreviation that also sounds like another word. Cooked is another one. Oh, I hate cooked. It's a bad word. It's one of those things where, or cooked and cooking. Those are classic, like, bastardizations of language examples, where you have something that would normally require more words and terms to explain, like he's doing poorly or he's doing well, being boiled down into a single word. And then you basically have to take the implications from that word. It's catchier, but man, we don't need more such silly words. We do not. Must reject them if at all possible. Return to tradition. More speaky proper whenever possible. Well, we've even managed to have actual... How do we put it? We've managed to see the creation of separate but non-distinct languages. Parallel languages, I suppose we could call them, in modern history. Usually from various immigrant communities that, having decided to not actually integrate into the wider culture, instead produce their own variants of the dominant language to maintain a specific separation from the dominant culture, whilst still being able to gather the privileges of being able to communicate with the majority of the population. Ebonics is, of course, the perfect example of that, where it has, not completely, but in large parts...
Started life as a mortal. He always seemed to miss it. He was the one who found me after I got stuck in this charm. We were friends for years, before he gave me to Aristino.
We were great friends for a while, but then he gave me to a random woman. I was always a bit confused about that, but... Sometimes bros do weird shit to impress girls. It's just the way of the world. As a horse, I understand. But yes, the evolution of a parallel language where you can still understand it. It's still reasonably, clear. But it clearly also has very distinct roots that have separated quite clearly and quite deliberately from the main parts of the language. And what is particularly fascinating to me as well is the way it is used in a slightly more sophisticated context. So, I was on Side Scroller, where they showed a clip of, oh god, 2 poison people. Well, that's what we call fucking hell. Please, I'd rather you not make any more poison people. I'd rather you just don't. Where you had some American football player person thing. And he was looking at, I think it was bagged milk. The Canadian thing, where Canadians put their milk in bags as refills, basically. And what he was saying basically boiled down to, like, discussing the mechanics of the thing. Like, what logistical sense does this make? What purpose does it have? why would you place it on the in a bag? How does this enhance the efficiency of the milk delivery? Like, he was using terms that when translated were actually relatively sophisticated, you know? He was discussing the mechanics and the logistics behind this and why somebody would choose to put milk in a bag. But he was saying all of these words and terms in Ebonics, which confused the fuck out of me, because my own mean assumption was that Ebonics was a parallel language that had evolved from a inability to speak proper English, basically. But this made me realize that it wasn't that the man couldn't speak proper English. In fact, he had a fairly solid command of the English language, but he spoke it in a parallel fashion. He had, through learning, of course, he had adopted a parallel language which attempted to embrace the majority of the functionality of the previous language, yet also, self-evidently, disregarded and rejected the sound of that language. That was an interesting realization that I need to think about more for some point. Anyways,
right here. Talk to me.
Hello, demon statue. With a suspiciously seductive voice. I feel like I'm about to walk into a trap.
Hello. Oh, you look so tired. Poor, poor thing. Here, let me tell you a lovely poem while you rest. I even have a reward if you make it all the way through. Tell me of a great and noble woman. Muse, tell me how she won. You dislike my
What? What? No, I didn't mean to do that. I thought you were gonna attack me with crabs, and so I reacted. I thought I needed to defend myself. I'm sorry.
It was a trap.
Oh, you don't say. I apologize. I was gonna listen all the way through, but crabs. You don't understand. I have a trauma around fucking crabs. Have you seen the machine gun crabs on this island? Sweet baby Jesus. They are absolutely terrifying.
Your meat will fill my belly.
I think she's evil, chat. Oh my Jesus! Holy fucking lord! Okie dokie. Once again, Arch feels like he's slightly under-geared for what he's currently doing. Oh, woof, woof. How was I supposed to live through that? I was looking for cover, thinking maybe I can get behind cover or something, but I couldn't see any cover, and so I died. And then it ate me. My lord. Oh, wait. This isn't the portal. This is another portal I made earlier. Where's my body? There's my body. And I just wasted a health potion there. Good. Yeah, this looks like a tough one. Jesus. And max energy? I really don't need more energy. I think I've got enough. Maybe something. Do I have anything defensive? Overlord, increased damage, barrier decay, increased barrier, projectile damage, lightning damage. Yes, I'm thinking increased barrier is a wise thing. Additional projectiles. Flow. I still don't know what the fuck flow is. I guess I'll put some flow in there.
Your meats will fill my belly.
Probably. So where do I hide from the water gun? There doesn't really seem to be a lot of cover here. Okay, I can... No, I cannot. I was about to say, oh, I can sort of kind of outrun it. No, I cannot. No, I cannot outrun it. I can outrun it for a little bit, but the arena is not anywhere near large enough for me to outrun it for any lengthy period of time. Right, I think this might be something I need to come back to. Because this is terrible. This is terrifying. But, one more try. One more try for shits and giggles. Oh, wait, no, it does have a maximum range. Okay, there you go. Maximum range. That's how you get out of it. Maximum range. Whoa. My heart's panic pumping. Yeah, it's pumping pretty bad right now, I admit. Oh, well, fuck, I can't get out of the maximum range there, so... Yeah, if it starts doing that and you're in the incorrect part of the arena, you kind of just die, it seems like. Right. One more try. Let me try staying closer to it so that I can, stay in the middle and maybe dodge away. Because the closer range attacks seems like they're a bit easier to dodge. Ow. Oh. Ow. Fucking. Well, unless she catches you with one of those, and then you're dead anyways. Yeah, see, being close to it, the problem is you're going to get hammered with a ton of attacks. Not to mention that being close to things as a mage might be unhealthy. What god? One more try.
Your meats will fill my belly.
Maybe if I can dodge twice past her when she does the squirt. I imagine this would be easier as a warrior. Now, on the bright side, when she does do that, oh god, I definitely need more dodge stacks. I definitely need more dodge stacks. Right, let's get the... Ow! Fuck, keep dodging too early on that. And try to bring up the shield. Yeah, I don't think I've got the gear for this. She kills me in like 2 hits, and I'm doing nothing. Yeah, I don't think I've got the gear for that one. Not yet. Oh, me merrily. Let's go the other way. Some levels and some gear would probably make that a pinch easier. Fitness, space and pierce damage, resolve, vigor. Base health points, knowledge. Base points, more vigor, I think. My health point pool looks large at 700 points, but 700 points is not a lot, as it turns out. Ah, all bronze lions. Enough of your spinny nonsense. What is this, Diablo, Pot of Exile? Yes, in his Titan Quest 2. Titan Quest 1 was a very good game, and this is honestly looking like a very good game too. It does have a little bit of girl boss in it, definitely. A bit more than I'd be necessarily entirely comfortable with, but it plays super well. It has really interesting builds and abilities, plenty of enemies to fight, a decent challenge even on normal. I think I'm quite happy to say that this is a worthy successor to Titan Quest 1. Which I'm happy to see. There's been far too many shit sequels as of late, so seeing an actual good one is nice. Particularly considering how long we've waited for this sequel. I have a new robe. Health regeneration per second, vigor, fire resistance? Elf knowledge? Yeah. I think somebody in chat googled when the first Titan Quest was made, and it was a long time ago. Long time ago. God damn it. I can fit one more thing in my inventory. See? I can.
No room for that.
Well, fuck. It's beautiful looking, nice graphics, cool world. Jump.
No room for that.
Oh, thank you for the linen greaves. Lots of hidden little paths, plenty of enemies to murder in spectacular fashions, and abilities that feel nice and powerful. Jump. I don't know who Fulia is, but she has a diary. Alright, well, we need to go sell some more garbage. Where was the city? City? No. City! Martinez, hold Alt to compare items in the inventory. But what if I don't want to? I wouldn't mind some good
Keen to buy a
robes. You don't have any good robes, do you? Probably don't. Energy reserve. I really don't need any more energy reserves. Oh, that's way better. I'll wear that. I do like the... nah, that is way better. How exactly a piece of cloth offers superior protection to actual armor, I don't know. But it does. So just shut the fuck up and accept it for what it is. Plus 59 health. Oh, hold on. Oh. There are better flasks. Oh. Also, can I carry something else in addition to my spear? Can I use a shield, for example? Have I been able to use a shield this whole time? And
Need something stored?
I just assumed that I would just not have a shield with my spear for
Quality iron.
reasons. Not that there appears to be any shields I actually can use, but you know.
Dear Glaucus. Going hunting?
Apparently, shields need agility. A strange stat for a shield to require, but very well. Oh, Niels just now noticed there's a little bit of a time of day thing going on. I thought the scenes were changing because, I can't... No. I can't use that in offhand, no. 74 might. You know what? That would have been nice. That would actually have been nice. God, I'm so close to. Well, that's upsetting, isn't it? Yes, it is. Tremendously so. But right. That then is Titan Quest 2. Currently in early access, and by the looks of it, it's probably going to be in early access for a while, in all due likelihood. But it's quite good, really good, honestly. I'm impressed. It looks good, it plays well, it's fast-paced, it does everything an action RPG needs to do, and it makes no major mistakes. I don't really have any complaints, other than it could throw a slightly larger number of enemies at me, just to make me feel even more like a mass-murdering psychopathic maniac, and it is a bit heavy on the girl boss side of things, but beyond that, excellent game. Fantastic follow-up sequel to the first Titan Quest. So for once, we have a sequel that isn't dog shit. If, therefore, you are interested in Titan Quest, or you played it before and you want to play more of it, I can recommend it. It seems really, really solid. Until tomorrow then, chat. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good night.